Time now for your forewarned weather with Thomas Keyboy.
Good Tuesday morning, Utah. Time is currently 6:12. We'll start off by taking a live look outside. Alta, just an absolutely beautiful view. Twinkling stars above, calm conditions down below, still showing that over 4 feet of fresh snow up on the mountain right there. And if you're going to be heading to the Cottonwoods today, you'll probably like what you find when it comes to skiing and boarding. Just keep in mind, Little Cottonwood Canyon this morning is closed for the time being due to avalanche mitigation. And by this afternoon, Big Cottonwood Canyon will close down for a short period of time as well for avalanche mitigation. Just something to keep in mind if you're going to be hitting the road up and down our canyons out there this morning. Meanwhile, as we make our way into southern Utah, here's the current view from Blanding, where we finally have that sunrise glow over the horizon. A really pretty view, and we have clear conditions across the board. Should be a pretty nice sunrise up and down the Beehive State. Temperatures are starting off in the 20s and 30s, while Salt Lake City is sitting at 35 degrees, 36 in St. George, while Heber is waking up to a temperature of 23. Your out-the-door forecast along the Wasatch Front after our relatively chilly start, even though it's not that chilly for this time of the year. Temperatures will be warming up steadily. I think we'll be close to 50 degrees by your lunch hour. We'll likely top out in the upper 40s and low 50s along the Wasatch Front. Then by 5 o'clock, with that sunset at 5 o'clock, those temperatures will start to cool off. Should be around 48 degrees by 5, and then overnight lows tonight will be similar compared to what we're waking up to this morning. For most across the state, we'll get mostly sunny skies, but in our northern Utah valleys, we'll likely see at least a little bit of haze. But given our temperatures and lack of snow, especially along the Wasatch Front, I'm optimistic that if we do see some haze, it won't be too bad, but the forecast still calls for moderate air quality. We'll likely see a little bit more haze going into our Wednesday. Thankfully, though, if we do see that haze really build in, it's not likely going to stick around too long, because by the end of the week, we have changes on the way. We'll talk more about that in just one moment. Let's talk about our daytime highs today and our overnight lows first, where along the Wasatch Front, daytime highs, upper 40s and low 50s, and across the state, we'll mainly see 40s and 50s, with St. George leading the way, coming in with a high of 63, and most across the state will check in with either mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, while in Park City we'll actually get into the middle 40s this afternoon by getting to 46, and Brigham City will top out just shy of 50 at 49. In central Utah, daytime highs in the 40s and 50s as Nephi gets to 41, 56 for Oak City. Then East Carbon will see a daytime high of 43. In southern Utah, it's 52 for Blanding, 53 for Lake Powell, 52 for Escalante, 58 for Parowan. And as mentioned, St. George leading the way, coming in with that daytime high of 63. Let's go ahead and begin the Futurecast. I'll start this at 1 o'clock this afternoon. High pressure in control of our weather. I'm just going to fast forward this as we go from today into tonight, and we'll stop this tomorrow afternoon, where we really won't have seen too much changes with our weather. Our Wednesday out of the south, temperatures still staying about 5 to 10 degrees above average, just like today. But by the second half of Wednesday into Wednesday night, we'll start to see clouds increase just a little bit as high pressure moves out of the way. And by Thursday, there will be at least a chance for a few isolated rain and snow showers across the northern half of the state as the first of a couple of disturbances moves in. But the stronger disturbance will be arriving on our Friday to bring us a good chance for scattered snow showers across the northern half of the state, and even including along the Wasatch Front, because those winds will be switching out of the northwest. Much cooler air will be filtering in. So Friday likely going to be an active day across the northern two-thirds of the state before we could see some slightly calmer conditions on Saturday, all for what could be another storm system to arrive going into Sunday. I don't think the system on Friday will be nearly as strong compared to what we just got through over this past weekend, but we still could see some accumulations along the Wasatch Front, and in our mountains, especially in northern Utah, we could pick up maybe half a foot plus of snow, but we'll have to fine-tune that forecast as we get a little bit closer. But at the end of the day, we'll see relatively calm and mild conditions through the middle of the week, and then we start to see those changes by the end of the week. In St. George, we'll see in the low to mid 60s the next few days, and then even though St. George unlikely to find any wet weather with the cold front coming in on Friday, we will see those cooler temperatures filter in. Low to mid 50s for daytime highs Friday through the weekend, with overnight lows near or even below freezing. Then along the Wasatch Front, low 50s the next couple of days, with maybe a little bit more clouds and haze for our Wednesday. Then a chance of isolated rain and snow on Thursday, scattered snow on Friday with a high only in the 30s. Then we could bring back a chance of isolated rain and snow on Sunday.